Hello dear students, today in this video we will discuss another topic of grammar called voice. What is voice? Voice is the verb form that shows the relation of subject to action in a sentence. When the subject of the verb does something, the verb is in active voice. When something is done to the subject, the verb is in the passive voice. For example, active voice, the cow eats grass. Passive voice, grass is eaten by the cow. Change of voice. Subject in active voice, I, we, you, he. Object in the passive voice, I becomes me, we becomes us, you remains you, he becomes him. Subject in active voice, she, it, they. Object in passive voice, she becomes her, it remains it, they becomes them. For example, I write a letter. It is an active voice. A letter was written by me. Passive voice. Note, when the verb which take two objects after them in the active voice are changed to passive voice, one of the objects becomes the subject in the passive voice and the other remains as object. For example, the principal gave me a prize. Active voice. A prize was given to me by the principal. Passive voice. And another way is I was given a prize by the principal. Passive voice. Both are correct. As we all know, there are three kinds of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Let us see how active and passive form of voices change in these three kinds of tenses. First is present tense. In present tense, we have simple present, present continuous, and present perfect. Let's start with simple present. The formula for passive voice in simple present is subject plus ismr plus v3, that is past participle or third form of the verb, plus by plus object. If we take an example, they play badminton. It is a simple present tense sentence in active voice. We will convert it into passive voice by using the formula, and the sentence will be badminton is played by them. Then we have present continuous tense. Here the formula for passive voice is subject plus ismr plus being plus v3 plus by plus object. If we take an example, Rohan is painting the door. This is an example of present continuous tense in active voice. We will convert it into passive voice by using the formula the door is being painted by Rohan. Next is present perfect tense. Here the formula for passive voice is subject plus has have plus been plus v3 plus by plus object. Here the example is the postman has delivered the letter. This sentence is in present perfect tense in active voice. We will convert it into same tense in passive voice. The letter has been delivered by the postman. Let us now discuss past tense. Here also we will see how active and passive form of voices change in past tense. Here in past tense we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect. Let us start with simple past. The formula for passive voice in simple past is subject plus was were plus v3 plus by plus object. The example is we ate 2 apples. This is a simple past tense example in active voice. We will use the formula and convert it into passive voice, and the sentence will be 2 apples were eaten by us. Next is past continuous tense. Here the formula for passive voice is subject plus was were plus being plus V3 plus by plus object. Example, Sunita was reciting a poem. This sentence is in past continuous tense in active voice. We will convert it into passive voice by using the formula, and the sentence will be, a poem was being recited by Sunita. Next is past perfect tense. Formula for passive voice in past perfect tense is subject plus had plus been plus V3 plus by plus object. Example, they had painted the door. The sentence is in past perfect tense in active voice. We will convert it into passive voice using the formula, and the sentence is, the door has been painted by them. The third and the last tense is future tense. Here also we will discuss how active and passive form of voices change in future tense. Here we have simple future and future perfect. Let's start with simple future. The formula for passive voice in simple future is subject plus will shall plus be plus V3 plus by plus object. Example, she will help me. A simple future tense sentence in active voice. We will convert it into passive voice. I shall be helped by her. Next, future perfect. The formula for passive voice in future perfect is subject plus will shall plus have plus been plus V3 plus by plus object. Here the example is, Reena will have post the letter. We will convert this sentence into passive voice using the formula, and the sentence will be, the letter will have been posted by Reena. Please note, future continuous and perfect continuous tense do not have passive form. Passive of interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are changed from active voice to passive voice in the following ways. Example, first, in active voice, who has written this letter? The passive voice will be, by whom has this letter been written? Second example, in active voice, why did they shut the door? The passive voice will be, for the same sentence, why was the door shut? Third is, in active voice, what do children do in the field? Passive voice will be, what is done by children in the field?